Happy Thursday! Today's Thursday. Ooh, Thursday
Yes.
morning. Ooh, yes it is.
Awesome. So, let's start by saying, what do we say when we see each other?
Who is that? Take your mask down. It is down, so it's you. Ah, okay.
Hello.
That's it.
So let's start. Ready?
Hola, 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 ¿y cómo estás? Estoy bien, y espero que tú también. Aquí estamos juntos, aquí estamos juntos, los felices que estamos.
Ready?
Deep breath. Exhale.
And exhale. And
Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Here we are together. Here we are together. How happy are we?
awesome. Pretty happy.
Yeah, that's great.
So, since we have some stories that are a little bit long, let's go ahead and get to reading our stories.
Yes.
Now, yesterday,
Wednesday.
what we learned was
I think it's like
this.
this. Sure. Great.
Crisscross applesauce. I think that's right. My brain kind of gets a fog every once in a while when I'm learning new things, but that's why repetition.
Yes.
So the more I do it, the more I'll remember and I will get it right. So let's start by reading. I am going to read a book that I read yesterday in Spanish. Yesterday it was called Que Montón de Tamales. And in English it's called Too Many Tamales.
Never.
Yeah.
Never have too many tamales.
After the holidays, Miss Adela's had too many tamales.
Living your best life. Don't worry about it.
But it's so good. Mr. Jan's crazy. Because he's crazy for tamales.
Yes, I am.
So we are going to read Too
Too
Many Tamales by Gary Soto and Ed Martinez. Look at their faces. Woo! Too many tamales. Snow drifted through the streets, and now that it was dusk, Christmas trees glittered in the windows. Look at that. Maria moved her nose off the glass and came back to the counter. She was growing up now, helping her mother make their tamales. Their hands were sticky with masa. That's very good, her mother said. Maria helpingly kneaded the masa. She felt grown up with her mother's apron and had even let her wear lipstick and perfume. If only I could wear Mom's ring, she thought to herself. Maria's mother placed her diamond ring on the kitchen counter. Maria loved this ring. She loved how it sparkled like their Christmas tree lights. When her mother left the kitchen to answer the telephone, Maria could not help herself. She wiped her hands on the apron and looked back at the door. There's the ring. Look at her face. She's like, ooh, I love that ring. I'll wear the ring for just a minute, she said to herself. The ring sparkled on her thumb. Look at how happy she is. Maria returned to kneading the masa, her hands pumping up and down. On her thumb, the ring disappeared and reappeared in the sticky glob of dough. Her mother returned and took the bowl from her. "Go get your father for this part," she said. Then the three of them began to spread masa onto the corn husks. Maria's father helped by plopping a spoonful of meat in the center and folding the husk. He then placed them in a large pot on the stove. They made 24 tamales as the windows grew white with delicious smelling curls of steam. A few hours later, the family came over with handfuls of bright presents. Her grandparents, her uncle, and her aunt, her cousins Dolores, Teresa, and Danny. Maria kissed everyone hello. Then she grabbed Dolores by the arm and took her upstairs to play, with her other cousins tagging along after them. Here they go. They're going upstairs to get ready to play. There's Danny. They cut out pictures from the newspaper, pictures of toys they were hoping were wrapped and sitting underneath the Christmas tree. As Maria was snipping out a picture of a pearl necklace, a shock spread through her body. "The ring!" she screamed. Everyone stared at her. "What ring?" Dolores asked. Without answering, Maria ran to the kitchen. Uh-oh. What do we think happened to the ring? I wonder. Uh-oh.
My favorite part.
The steaming tamales lay piled on the platter. The ring inside of one of those tamales. She thought to herself, "It must have come off when I was kneading the masa." Dolores, Teresa, and Danny skidded into the kitchen behind her. "Help me!" Maria cried. They looked at each other. Danny, he piped up first. "What do you want us to do?" "Eat them," she said. "If you bite something hard, then tell me." The four of them started eating. They ripped off the husks and bit into them. The first one was good. The second one, pretty good. By the third tamale, they were tired of the taste. "Keep eating," Maria scolded. Corn husks littered the floor. Their stomachs were stretched till they hurt, but the cousins kept eating until only one tamale remained on the plate. Look at all those husks. And they're trying to get them down, aren't they? "This must be it," she said. "The ring must be in that one. We'll each take a bite. You first, Danny." Poor little Danny, look at his face. He just can't even handle another bite. Danny was the youngest, so he didn't argue. He took a bite. Nothing. Dolores took a bite. Nothing. Teresa took a bite. Still nothing. It was Maria's turn. She took a deep breath and slowly, gently bit into the last mouthful of tamale. Nothing. "Didn't any of you bite something hard?" Maria asked. Danny frowned. "I think I swallowed something hard," he said. "Whoa, swallowed it?" Maria cried, her eyes big with worry. She looked inside his mouth. Teresa said, "I didn't bite into anything hard, but I think I'm sick." She held onto her stomach with both hands, and Maria didn't dare look into Teresa's mouth. She wanted to throw herself on the floor and cry. The ring was now inside her cousin's throat, or worse, his belly. How in the world could she tell her mother? but I have to, she thought. Oh, everybody's got tummy aches from eating so many tamales. She could feel tears pressing to get out as she walked into the living room, where the grown-ups sat talking. They chattered so loudly that Maria didn't know how to interrupt. Finally, she tugged on her mother's sleeve. "What's the matter?" her mother asked. She took Maria's hand. "I did something wrong," Maria sobbed. "What?" her mother asked. Maria thought about the beautiful ring that was now sitting inside Danny's belly and got ready to confess. Then she gasped. The ring was on her mother's finger, bright as ever. "The ring!" Maria nearly screamed. Maria's mother scraped off the flake of dried masa that was on her ring. "You were playing with it," she said, smiling gently. There's the ring that they thought was inside of the tamales. "I wanted to wear it," Maria said, looking down at the rug. Then she told them all about how they'd eaten all of the tamales. Her mother moved the ring a little on her finger. It winked a silvery light. Maria looked up and Aunt Rosa winked at her too. "Well, it looks like we all have to cook up another batch of tamales," said Aunt Rosa cheerfully. Maria held her full stomach as everyone filed into the kitchen, joking and laughing. At first, she still felt like crying as she kneaded a great bowl of masa next to Aunt Rosa. As she pumped her hands up and down, a leftover tear fell from her eyelashes into the bowl, and for just a second, rested on her finger, sparkling like a jewel. Then Rosa nudged her with her elbow, and she said, "Hey, Nina, it's not so bad. Everyone knows the second batch of tamales always tastes better than the first, right?" When Dolores, Teresa, and Danny heard that from the other side of the room, they let out a groan the size of 24 tamales. Oh, because they ate all the other ones, trying to find that ring. Then Maria couldn't help herself. She laughed, and pretty soon everyone else was laughing, including her mother. And when Maria put her hands back into the bowl of masa, the leftover tear was gone. All was good, except for everyone being nice and full from their tummies from eating 24 tamales, trying to find Maria's mama's ring that was on her hand. Silly kiddos. Now, Mr. Jan is going to read another book, and it's about food as well. So, I am going to exit, and Mr. Jan will come in and read to you, okay?
Good morning, everybody. It's me, Mr. Jan. How are you today? We're going to read the book Delicious Hullabaloo by Pat Mora, with illustrations by Francisco X. Mora. So, I guess they're related. It's a delicious hullabaloo. And in Spanish, it's Pachanga Deliciosa. But we're going to read the English version today. We read the Spanish version yesterday on Wednesday, for Wednesday's Storytime. Alright. Hear the music from moon and starlight. Quick, call our amigos to bring their appetite. It's one of those rhyming books. I like that. That's an armadillo at a nice little house or casita. Smell the mangoes calling this hot evening? Hungry lagartijas will gobble anything. So lagartijas, are lizards, and they're very colorful lizards. There is green, which is verde, morado for purple, and amarillo is yellow. So those are the colors in Spanish. Those are the mangoes. Oh, and in Spanish, it's most mangoes. Here come the musicians, ready to pluck and play. Música, so juicy, will soon start to sway. Oh, so the armadillo has a little ukulele, and then maracas, and there's a banana. And when lizards hear music streaming from starlight, they call, "Come amigos, join us on this orange night." So, we have new lagartijos. There's morado y anaranjado is orange, the color. So that's still mangoes. Yeah, cool. So we're gonna have a fun party. Cerezas dulces, pajarita sings. Mouthfuls of red roundness for our fiesta evening. So, a pajarita is a parrot, I believe. And that color has some different shades of orange, and it is blue. And then those are cherries. There's the moon, there's Luna. Estrellas are stars. Lizards stir tasty dishes. Toss tomatoes, cilantro, chiles too. Lizards plot and plan our delicious hullabaloo. So that's a hullabaloo is a lot of things going on. So chili, so those are red. Chili peppers are red. They're very spicy or caliente. When Mr. Jan was little, he would bite chilies. Don't know why, I just did. Then I would do it again and cry. Okay, the tomatoes. Such mashing and smashing by Armadillo Gourmet. The sassy salsa splashing as the musicians play. Ooh, so ideally when you're done cooking in the kitchen, if you make a mess, you should clean it up. So hopefully Mr. Armadillo will clean up his mess. And again, so there's a lagartijo has a small guitar, ukulele. I do like salsa. I like green salsa too. I like spicy foods. Armfuls of color, armadillo's brains, sashaying to the music of playing guitar strings. Oh, so now there's 2 armadillos. Still a lot of lizards. A nice vase. Ooh, it looks like they're having a fun party. Oh, bees buzz ripe fruit. Birds bring blooms to strew, setting the table for the hullabaloo. So there's a little piece of bees. In Spanish is abejas. So it almost sounds like bees. Abejas. So abejas. It's a very happy armadillo. I like armadillos. They're like little small walking tanks. Uh-oh. Mouthfuls of flavors, such smacking, such glee. At savoring an evening with friends and family. And that's what's important. During this holiday season, spend time with family and friends. Sometimes you'll have to do it 6 feet apart or in small groups, but you still love each other no matter what, even if you're near and or far. So armadillos, I wonder if those look like cookies. Well, those are cookies over there. And bread to go with the sauce, with some queso possibly. A nice pot of something warm. Could be like a soup. Armadillos pour juices. Lagartijas sing with zest. Amigos, tonight we'll swing without any sleepiness. They're going to be up and about having a good time. Oh, there are muffins. I like muffins. Those armadillos are so happy to get it, and everyone's being nice to each other, which is nice. Again, colorful armadillos. To friend fish, bird chatters. Oh, to friend fish, bird chatters of trips she plans to take across the sandy desert on some yellow daybreak. Interesting. So más frutas aquí. There are pears, bananas, apples, oranges. What that is over there? There's mangoes over here. That's also an apple. Grapes. They're having a nice conversation. Old lizards whisper cuentos, which are stories. Amigos, once upon a time we drank pitchers of moonlight long after our bedtime. It's always fun like when you're at a party and you meet a friend and you start talking about things. It's always nice. Hey! And tonight young and old dance to moon and starlight too. Join in the fiesta, the delicious Hullabaloo. Hullabaloo. So everyone's having, there's confetti, they're having a good time at the party. And that is the end of our story. I like that one. That was a good book. Okay.
All right, good job, Mr. Jan. I always enjoy the books that we read and that we're able to read so that you can hear them. And I had a lady come in yesterday. She was one of our volunteers that she always watches our story time, and she was happy to say that we're doing a good job. So we like to hear that. And make sure you like, share, comment. And if you have a special book that you would like for us to read, feel free to put it in the comments so that we can read them for you.
It smells delicious.
And because our books were about tamales, guess what we're going to have?
Pie. No.
Mr. Jan's crazy. Him and his pie.
Yes, pecan pie, by the way. It's a year-round treat, just so you know.
So we're going to get our hand sanitizer first.
And don't forget, these books are now available at the library if you want to take them out. Check them out, and so you can read them at home with your family while you eat tamales. I'm about to dive into this. I am so excited.
All right. Hopefully they're still warm.
Oh, yes, they are. So what is your favorite part about when you eat a tamale?
My favorite part is the whole thing. But
I like the bits of masa that come off the husk.
little bits of masa, yes.
A little appetizer of the appetizer.
And I like, as I shared yesterday, in my family, a tradition, my mother would always put olives, black olives in there. And it was kind of like a little surprise, a little treasure that we would find. And it would just makes me have a warm tummy and a warm heart. So, we are going to eat our tamales.
Let's have it. So, yesterday Mr. Jan was at the dentist and he had a cleaning. So always get your teeth checked, kids. And I couldn't really enjoy the tamale because I couldn't feel my face. But today I'm doing better. I can enjoy the tamale.
Well, we hope whatever food it is that you're eating, that you enjoy, and always give thanks for having something nice to eat, something good. And we'd like to say, once we finish what's in our mouth,
And it's a little spicy, which is nice. It starts, like I said yesterday, it starts up in the back of your throat, and then the fire just builds up to the front. So it's nice. I like it.
Mr. Jan's so lively.
I am. I'm prepared.
All right, so we're going to start by saying singing our goodbye song. Okay?
In Spanish.
In Spanish
Sure.
first. Ready? Adios, mis amigos,
adios.
adios.
Adios, mis amigos, adios. Adios, mis amigos, tamales. Adios, mis amigos, adios.
Goodbye, my friends, goodbye.
I'm so so full.
Goodbye, my friends, goodbye.
Keep eating. Goodbye, my friends. Tamales. Goodbye, my friends.
Goodbye. Goodbye. See you next time.
Thanks for
Stay
tuning in.
safe.
Be
Be
safe.
well. Be